And look, y'all Disclosure Day fans who love to hate this movie, like y'all, you hater club, you haterade drinkers, like I have never seen a more is my algorithm just feeding me every single hateful thing that anyone's ever said on camera about the film Disclosure Day? Because I just watched about 3,000 of them. Saw about 3,000 of them, and they're not right. They're not right. What their big complaint is, let me spell this out. Their big complaint is that it's a movie about disclosing the existence of aliens, and there was no there. Like, there was no disclosure. Like, what happens now? Like, well, what's next? Like, how do people react to it? How come the World War III outside of the frame of this movie wasn't a part of the storytelling of this movie? Like, oh, I'm sorry, is this the same group of people who just said that they want to keep politics out of their movies and just let filmmakers make entertainment? It's like both ways with you people. It's like both ways. Like, look, that's not the story he was telling. He's not telling the story of what's happening on the global stage. We all know what's happening on the global stage, because if you open a window or look outside or open your phone beyond the algorithmic bubble that you're in, you're seeing that it's already happening. That's already what's happening outside in the world. If you wanted that, you'd already be seeing that. You don't want that, so that's why you're in this theater, staring at the shadows on the cave wall. That's what you want. But the real Disclosure Day is not that aliens exist. It's that the aliens, by the nature of their advanced technology, have found a way to give human beings an evolutionary bump using a technological framework. Okay? It's a lot of word salad. Our species can evolve if we figure out which parts of technology can really be helpful to us and employ those, and then figure out which ones can be incredibly harmful and possibly destroy the human race, and sort of avoid building those. Is that fair to say? Like, that's, I don't think that's an undisputed fact. What they have had the ability to do is sort of bridge the gap between our million years of lizard brain evolution and a higher state, in which we have a higher state of consciousness. We have a higher, a more finely tuned mechanism for receiving the images of the universe. Like, there were things in this Disclosure Day movie that I've written into screenplays recently. There are scenes that I have almost exactly the same way with almost exactly the same result. Like, not just a line of dialogue, which there are exact lines of dialogue in Disclosure Day that I have in a movie that's in prep to shoot. Like, it's not like something I wrote 10 years ago. Like, we were going to shoot that line. Now we have to have a meeting about it. And by the way, to achieve the same result, it's the same line to achieve the same result. Like, that's how I was using that trick. And do I think Kep stole it from me? No one's seen this screenplay. I'm purposely not showing the screenplay. And Kep is a genius. Like, who wants to steal from me? It's more like I have an antenna as an artist, and I worked really, really, really hard to listen to the universe. And when I hear the messages coming in, I'm trying to scribble those down. And so is he. He's also good at it. He's much better at it than me. So, Disclosure Day is about the revelation that we are going to evolve, that it's not that there's aliens, it's because there's aliens. Now we have this mother, father, goddess energy, right? This pure light. Lucas might call it the Force. You know, Jesus was big on God and Father. It doesn't matter where you fill your cup, just get a full glass. You know what I mean? It's the recognition that technology will advance the way that we communicate with each other, the world, and everything around us. And it's going to happen instantaneously. And the disclosure is that it's free. Everything is free. Everything is free. Not a thing, but every single thing is free. Not only that, you will wake up and you will work to your last dying day to work as hard as you can to try and continue to make it even better and better and better and better. And Emily Blunt was one half of an angelic Adam and Eve birthing of a new consciousness into the world. And she couldn't do it without the math. And the math can't do it without the language, without the empathy. And I know for all y'all on that empathy kick, like, oh boy. But when you think about how an interplanetary species can become mobile, not just from the Earth to the moon or maybe a shot over to Mars, but like going out in multiple directions for millions of years to try and find all life on this planet, in this universe, and document it and be a part of it, and some Star Trek stuff, Star Wars too. But if you think about that as a evolutionary advantage to spread your species to multiple worlds and times, you realize that we either have to have a technological overhaul and join ourselves with them, man-machine, or we have to have a spiritual upgrade in which we have a more direct connection with God, or the God energy, or fill in the blank, the way, the spirit, the light. And she represented that. So she stares into the robin's eyes and she remembers what she remembers. She didn't know she could do that. She didn't even know she did it. So she stares in the robin's eyes, she sits down, she's having a conversation, I think Russian, and she gets through the conversation and doesn't even piece two and two together that happened. She can't in her mind realize what's happening to her as it's happening, and so when it's happening it feels like she's speaking English and she doesn't know she's not speaking English. That whole time she thought she was talking to him, she thought he understood everything that she said, which is why she kept trying to prove her point. And then the stopping with the cop is the first time she really pays attention to it. And when she pays attention to it, she's like, what is happening? What happened? And what it is the alien technology is able to unlock this sort of switch that it flips in us, this sort of Wi-Fi, but for human connectivity. And by connecting to other humans and by connecting to animals and by connecting to all living things around us, we start to feel a connection to the creator energy, which is the spirit of God, as they like to say, right? And that in and of itself gives tremendous validity to the idea of her as a John the Baptist character who is not trying to be your religion, who is not trying to be your God, who is not trying to be a prophetess, but instead is like just trying to kind of be a traveler, be a passenger, like get this thing out of her, like get going on with it, get where she's supposed to be. I think that's the analogy that kept using. It was like, this is it. This is where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be doing this. And it's such a massive idea. It's such a massive powerful idea that this Adam and Eve character ate of the apple of forbidden fruit. He ate of it mathematically and could hear their language in terms of a numerical value and create a mathematical translation in his brain that automatically became English. And she hears it emotionally, the two sides of the question that we have to answer. Are we going to math ourselves out of this? And can we start to stop killing each other for a living? Like so many people, maybe? It's the two, empathy and the science, the mathematics of it. That's the two halves of that coin. That's the gatekeeper and the keymaster. Like, that's Ghostbusters. We have to come together, right? They're very, 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 very smart. What they're doing is very smart. It's super subversive. Do you think a major Hollywood mainstream studio movie would allow that to get through the system if they understood what Kep and Spielberg were really trying to do with it? It's a wake up. It's a call to action. It's a revolutionary movie. It's about a time in history when everyone at the same time just stops being hypnotized and wakes up, like a single moment where a snap happens. But if you replace aliens with Epstein files, or you place aliens with that 1979 Exxon paper that fully laid bare all of the responsibility that fossil fuels have on destruction of the natural order of the planet, and how they have to make a choice. Is either like their business model is over, because here's what it's going to do over the next 50 years. The 50-year projections have all come true. Some of them were too conservative. Some of the 50-year projections were too conservative. These guys in 1979 knew what they were doing, and that came out, and people said, meh. How many kids have been kidnapped in Ukraine, taken over the border, that their parents are never going to see them again? And the world said, meh. How many kids are hurt in those files by people who will live out their life in happiness and wealth and comfort? because the world said meh. And pretty soon, a light switch is going to flip, and a series of dominoes are going to start falling, and one after the next, after the next, after the next are going to happen, and no matter who wants to stop it, no matter what they shut down, no matter how they try and pull the plug, there will be no stopping what will happen when there's a worldwide disclosure day. And that's what the movie's about.